Okay. Hey, how's it going? Start as we usually do, with some opening comments from Coach. We'll go to the question in the room and then we'll go to on Zoom. Take it away, Coach.
No, obviously a really good game. I think both teams were, really going at it back and forth. I just think the way we finished the third quarter was, was a big difference. It gave us some separation. They kept coming at us, but we were able to hold them off at the end.
I was going to ask about that stretch, the outburst from Rhyne. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Yeah, from Rhyne. Sometimes she gets on one of those, and it was, it's fun to have her back and, to break out like she did, especially at that end of the third quarter. That is exactly something that she's capable of doing, and it was huge for us today.
The way that Columbia came into this game, what were you able to do differently sort of with your size to contain her?
Well, I think that was probably the biggest thing. She's been playing so great. You can see her development. Their coaches have done a great job with her. But Bree and BG can be hard to score over. So they at least made it difficult, made her earn stuff. So that was good.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Or just continue on that perspective, defensive wise, to hold the Seattle team to 75 points. What did you feel like was the big difference after they started the game with a nice run, but you were able to turn it over and turn the thing around and do a great job on the defensive side?
Yeah, I thought we defended pretty well. We had a few miscommunications in the first half, and they made us pay for those with some layups. We did a better job with our communication, especially in the third quarter. So we forced a lot of tough shots. Some of it's good fortune. They had a few layups kind of just roll out on them. But we had some really good defensive possessions where we're forcing, tough twos late in the clock. And, I thought Maya did a great job. Rye defensively was excellent. And then, our bigs did a good job making it, difficult. NECA obviously hurt us. Was unbelievably good today, but we just kept competing and we were able to stretch out the lead.
Go ahead, Wilton.
Coach, obviously you get the win in this game and you see this same team again on Friday. But when you look at this, especially where the season is now, what are your biggest takeaways from seeing your team defend the way that they did, and what do you hope to kind of tell them to continue that defense that they played in the second half in continuation in the game on Friday?
Well, yeah, it's a new game on Friday. Obviously, Seattle's extraordinarily talented and they're very explosive, and they're capable of going on big runs. The biggest thing is you can't let them just get out in transition. They're so fast and they're so good in that area, and you just got to make them work for everything. And they're good enough to score even when you make them work. So, we'll watch the film. We'll see if there's anything that we can, clean up. But overall, I thought it was an outstanding effort today.
Go ahead, Christian. Christian, you there? Your mic is on, but we can't hear you. Okay, we'll be back with the players. Thank you for your time, everyone. We're going to jump right to questions and we'll start with Wilton. Wilton, go ahead.
Ryan and Allisha, I just wanted to tell you guys congratulations on the win. My first question, I know I have a follow-up. My first question is for Ryan. Ryan, I know you're still getting back into the normal swing of things. In that final 30 seconds of the third quarter, like what was good? Could you walk me through like what was kind of going through your mind? Were you just really trying to make a play? Or because you just erupted for 9 points with ease.
What do you mean was I trying to make a play? No, I'm kidding, but usually with like a certain amount of time, you try to get like a 2 for 1.
Mhm.
And I felt like our time was only down to be able to get to, so that's when I shot the first one. The second one was a bit of a heat check, like I did hear him telling BG to post up. I looked at BG, and BG looked at me, and I just shot it. Thank God I made it, shot it to the bank, because that definitely would have been on film. And then, like, after you hit those two, like, obviously the morale of the other team is kind of down, because like, oh, like, that's 6 points. So lazy pass, another 3.
Absolutely. A quick follow-up, Leash. Obviously, you can continuing to be consistent. What does that say about you and how you're being able to remain consistent throughout the season? And then also the second part of that question, which is I guess kind of separate. What did you think when you saw Ryan hit those 3 back-to-back threes?
I'll answer the first question. I don't know. I just continue being myself. It's nice to have our heavy hitters back in BG and Ra, so that kind of allows me to take a deep breath. And then when Ra was hitting I was hyped. I screamed so hard, I got lightheaded. I had to check myself. When I tell you I was so hyped, that's probably the loudest I done screamed in a minute. I was like, when she banked the 3, I was like, yeah, tonight her night, yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Glaze.
Continuing on that, Alicia had 22 points, 11 rebounds, and maybe 3 goggles tonight. Just talk about the game tonight and being able to affect the game on the boards as well tonight.
I just knew they had heavy crashes. I know in Gabby and Sykes, they're 2 of the top rebounding guards in the league. So I knew the biggest thing was just uh, trying to trying my best to not leak out. So the main thing for me was to go to the board tonight because those 2, like, they're great rebounders.
And I asked that question to Rod to play against Gabby and Sykes tonight. Y'all not only had to do it on the offensive end, but you had to do it on the defensive end as well. Talk about the defensive side of the ball that y'all were able to do tonight.
I think honestly, defensive is the easier side of things because they're also known as 2 heavy defenders. And so having to work as hard to get past them, I think that's more taxing than trying to guard them. Honestly, not saying that they aren't great players, but I think what they're known for, not that they aren't known for offense, but what they're known for defensively, I think that's tougher than, trying to combat them with stops on the other end.
And we'll finish with Christian. Christian, go ahead.
Yes, my questions for both of you are Ryan and Alicia. Going into this game, all season Atlanta has been talked about the fiery offense, right? But the defense hasn't really been talked about, especially in the second half. Top 4 eliminating opponents in the fourth quarter, and also the second half in general. That 9-point swing, and then you hold Seattle, which has been having some issues recently. To what I believe Nneka Ogwumike was the only starting player to make more than 1 field goal in the fourth quarter. Just kind of wondering, what are you guys, seeing from yourselves during the stretch, and how does this carry yourself into the playoffs?
Just staying consistent, just sticking to the game plan, being smart, taking the right shots and really locking in on the offensive. And I think we've done a great job in our past games in finishing out the game. I knew early the fourth quarter was maybe a little struggle for us, but I feel like in the second part of the season, we really locked in and been able to complete the games in the fourth quarter.
Awesome. Thank you for your time, everyone.
Thank you.